What's up guys? Today we have another special video today. I will be going over 5 Zooba characters that need an ability switch up right now in Zooba. Make sure to like and subscribe to my channel, and we're gonna cover and talk about these characters because their abilities are fairly weak compared to others, and I feel a change need to be happening for them so they could be more improved in Zooba. Make sure to like and subscribe, and as always, cue the intro. Alright, starting off at number 5. This one is a little more mild, but we have Molly. Now Molly per se is not the problem, it's more so Joey. And Joey, even though he's solid, sometimes his ability is not really useful for Molly. And so what I came up with the idea is that Joey should be able to stun enemies briefly. So think about it. So think about Joey, he's passive. They could keep the nimble Joey as it is, his primal instinct, but switch up the passive. So when Joey attacks players, he's able to give out a mini stun to players he hit, which will make Joey way more formidable, and also, in my opinion, allow people to be more aware of the little kangaroo, since he kick you anyway. And think about how much a kick from a kangaroo actually hurt. Like, come on. Zooba added a little stun in for Molly, and allowed Molly to be way more available and Joey to be more of a useful sidekick. That would really boost up his points, as anytime he attacked the player or hit one, they get stunned. Then you won't just eat them hits from the little kangaroo anymore. Joey will be actually formidable. And so I hope Zooba will add a little stun kick to Joey when he attack players. And I think that will really help Molly out with his ability, as he's fairly one of the weakest sidekicks right now in Zooba. So the little kick stun would be I in my opinion believe would be a great idea. Now let's go to the next character. At number 4 we have Iris. Now Iris is actually technically like underrated, and her poison is good, but once you start getting higher levels, the poison kind of falls off really hard with her ability poison samples, and then the primal instinct really doesn't help at all, as it's only allow her active to slow players. And so when I came up with the idea with Iris is that they should switch the slow selling primal instinct and just put that into her normal active. So her normal active ability will be when Iris bites a player, they get poison damage, and also they get slowed. And the primal instinct no longer being slow selling, because I'm switching the primal, it will be called lethal doses, which means Iris poison damage over time, deals more compared to her previous, making her more scarier to want to take poison attacks. Now I do know like the repercussions of doing this, because I feel like this would make her too strong. So like the change should be minor. The change of her poison attack should be minor, but it should be a difference, but it should not be much of a big difference. Like only her poison doing damage over time like buddies. Just like a little Nico would be good enough. And I think this will really help out Iris when you upgrade her or get the primal instinct for her, and then make her be way more scarier with poison, since she is just the poisonous stalker. She a poisonous snake. Just to boost up the poison over time when she gets the primal instinct, and take away the primal instinct for her slowing players, and just add that in her normal active ability. I think they will really improve Iris and make her be more scarier to face one-on-one if she got more damage with her poison. So yeah, just another idea I think Zooba should add, but if they don't, I'm not really that mad with it, because this one could really change, make Iris way more stronger than what she's supposed to really be. Number 3 we have Bali. Now Bali has just recently been buffed in Zooba, and the buff was significant, and this really have made him way much better to use, but his active still lies the issue that is the problem with him. It is not more so of the meter thing, it's more so like the stun animation that you get, regardless if you green your ability or if you don't. And so my only complaint with Bali, and I feel like the only thing they should change with him, is that you should not get stunned if you green your effect. Now if the player is not near you and they you read your thing, then I could understand you getting stunned or getting the stun animation for, you know, not landing your meter. But I'm complaining more so about its ability when you literally green your effect and you're still getting stunned because of what reason? Nobody wasn't near you. It does not add up. It doesn't really make sense. What's the point you greening your effect then? So I feel that they should just change that after. So if you ever green your effect and then the last wrestler combo, the body slam, if you miss a player or you was a nearby player, it should just cancel it, just start it back over. Like, you should just, you know, just get the cooldown start. Don't need to throw you in the stun animation if you green your ability. But if you don't, then I still understand it, like, because it makes a little more sense. But it's more so just you greening like this right there. Like, I don't want my character to get stunned when I'm greening my ability. So they need to switch that and change it and just allow it just to, okay, if you green it, if you miss, then you should just it just start your cooldown. And so Bali, you a good boy, but man, they need to really fix that. I'm sorry. At number 2, we have Peppa. Now Peppa right now is fairly weak in Zooba. She's a decent character. Her range is still undefeated, but right now Peppa struggle with retreating from players or being able to gain or get away from players in general. And so I decided to change that Primal Instinct because she got one of the worst promos in the game. It really does not do much of anything, if not actually makes it worse, since you're trying to move away and it allows you to miss a chance to drop down off your active. But let's switch the Stilted Sight and put that in her normal ability, so when Peppa goes into her high ground mode, she's able to seek players, and then if you move, she has reduced speed instead of not be able to move. Just make that be her normal active, that she's able to move with reduced speed when you go into your high ground, and keep the bushes the same with her passive. It's more so the Primal Instinct that will really change Peppa, and so I decided to call it One Step Ahead, or whatever Zooba want to name it. But either way, when Peppa visualize or see players in bushes, she have better movement speed when she see a player in bushes. So anytime Peppa will see a player in bushes, she'll have better movement speed, and I feel like that will really help her out and make her be way more, you know, of a deterrence to not want to attack her when she able to visualize and see you, as she's one step ahead, as a giraffe should be, because they got range and they're able to see characters. And so it's allowed Peppa to be ahead of her enemies when she see them in bushes anytime. So as long as she see players in bushes, she will always have the speed boost around. So either way, it's not going to be a super big boost like how Nico's, and we don't need that with Peppa because that'd be crazy, but just better movement speed, or just a significant change that you'll see. Okay, Peppa, when she around the bushes and she sees someone in there, it makes a big difference. And so you would not want to play around her around the bushes then, as she'll be able to retreat and hit you fairly good. And so I feel like this would be a good change to Peppa. It won't make her broken, but it'll really improve her, as right now the Stilted Sight is pretty much useless sometimes. And so really, I think this is one of the best ideas, and they should add this for Peppa and Zooba. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I really just hope they actually do this for her though. And number 1, yes, they have to change Tony's ability, man. He does not, I mean, ever since he came out, he has never had an active ability. The point GG to throw GG off the players, the active compelling rhythm, is literally useless, like legit useless. There's no reason to ever use his active ability. But today that would change. Not only does GG technically needs a speed buff, so, but this is not talk about both characters. We talk about ability changes. So either way, the idea I came with Tony to no longer allow him to be weakened and you don't want to not use your active anymore. When he throws GG onto an enemy, instead of GG trying to deal damage and peck the enemy, instead should just give Tony like a alert sign or like a warning. So pretty much when you throw a player onto GG, it'll do the same effect, that it'll show the pink resolute, but GG won't attack the player. Instead, Tony will deal extra damage to the character GG is designated on. So you throw GG onto a lion like Duke or Jade or anybody, and then within the range, then Tony would do extra damage to that character instead of GG trying to damage the character. And so I feel like that makes GG way more useful and valuable. You'll still keep the for allies, he can heal allies and things of that nature. But for enemies, instead of allowing her to try to damage players, allow Tony to get a damage boost against that character when Gigi lands on top of them. And I feel like that allowed your actor to be way more useful and make Tony be way more intimidating, since his damage is fairly weak, and so that damage buff from Gigi that when she lands on the player will be very, very, very good. And so I feel like that's the main thing they got to really change with him. But also, you know, technically Gigi does need a speed buff because her speed is so slow. But just change that actor to allow Gigi to give Tony more of a warning sign, or like and a damage boost against that character who's he going against if she lands on top of them. So yeah, that's pretty much it. These are the characters I feel that need some ability changes. Make sure to like and subscribe, and comment down below if you think these changes would be good, or give your take how you think my ideas of what I think supposed to be with some of these characters. If you like them, give a like. If you didn't like them, you can still give a like. I mean, it doesn't hurt. If you feel like you got any ideas or some characters that you would like to see a change, or some abilities that seem fairly weak and they may need a different change, comment down below what type of changes that you think should happen with them characters, and you know, describing details, and whoever does it first, I'll pin your comment. And that's pretty much it, y'all. I just wanted to put this out here just to make a video, you know, discussing some characters I feel like are struggling with their abilities because it's not as good as others, and I just feel to give my opinion on some of these characters. Hopefully I could be a voice, and hopefully somebody will find this video and listen to it, or at least, you know, give some type of hearing and just, you know, see, because I don't think these ideas were fairly bad. But anyway, like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Peace.
Hey you. Yeah, subscribe. SUBSCRIB.